If you miss, you're out.
What's the point of the game?
I don't know. There's words, but I don't remember them.
I'm like, how do you know when to stop?
Hey kids. What? Want to have a Nerf fight?
Yeah!
3, 2, 1, go! When I was younger, I used to roll up balls of paper and have garbage can lids and broomsticks, and we'd go out in the woods and we'd play these medieval games. All right, go hide.
I think that when we're younger, we run around the yard with sticks and pretend we're soldiers. But somewhere along the line, it becomes uncool to run around the yard with sticks. And I think that people lose their kid along the way. They forget how to really have fun.
No!
I think everyone has imagination innately. I think the problem is a lot of people are like, I have to grow up, and if I grow up, that means I can't have imagination, which is totally bogus.
Sasha and I were brought up at a time where kids used to go out and play. And now, although we live in a neighborhood, people really don't do that.
Oh, right in the shoulder.
Got my arm, now I got one arm now. Oh!
You're dead.
Kids are still learning sort of the social graces, and the rules for them really don't apply like they apply to adults. So as we grow older, the joy of play is beaten out of us.
Oh, the other arm, all right. I got both arms, I'm dead.
I'm done. I have no arms.
Oh, someone finish me off. I think deep down inside, everybody daydreams. Everybody wants to be the hero. And Mystic Realms, it allows them to be that action hero and allows them to bring their daydreams to life. Let's get up! Arrow, 2. Cold blast, 3 cold. Crush kill.
Fatal finish 1.
Fatal finish 2.
Fatal finish 3.
Fatal finish 4.
Fatal finish 4.
How much do I know about LARPing? I don't know, crazy kids running around in the woods at night, I think.
I'm old enough to remember Dungeons and Dragons. So when I was in high school, there were a bunch of geeky kids who used to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I thought this was gonna be similar. What it turned out to be, even more than I hoped and imagined, was the real-life version of current video games.
I saw that movie, Role Models. Is that like pretty much up your alley? Yeah. And it seems cool. It seems fun. I like the people who do it have a lot of balls, like to just do it, go out and do it and like not be shy. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people don't even know what LARPing is. And I think people that do know what LARPing is initially just kind of see it as a bunch of people who run around and play D&D in the woods. You can't half-step LARPing. If they decide they're going to do something, they're going to throw themselves into it.
We have multiple hostiles. Several people have already been taken.
LARPing is live action role playing. I believe LARPing is improvisational acting, first and foremost, put into a world that you're given with a very detailed setting.
You get to create a character that fits into this fantastic world, and you grow. You start as a basic character with very few skills, and you become a master.
When you LARP, there are 2 directions you can go in. You can PC or NPC. PC stands for player character. It basically means that you have created this character, you are within the world, and you are that character. An NPC stands for non-player character, meaning you're kind of in the background. You are a monster fighting. You are the worried villager. You are everyone that is not the main character. And both of these roles are incredibly important. You need both of them to make this thing happen.
As a player, when someone else does an amazing performance, it makes the world real. Just like in the theater, and the actors are really good, and they fully believe that they're the characters. You are brought into that world.
Mystic Realms is what we call a theatric role-playing experience. We are less focused on combat than we are on the interactions between players.
I'm a follower of Noctis, one of the 5.
You stop walking right now. I swear if you take a step closer, I'll kill all of you.
So our LARP, we try to add more of a theatrical aspect to it, and we focus a lot on the story. So I love the story. I love those rich moments where it's just like, it hits you like really like at a game, and it really like affects your emotions.
You're right to be scared, okay? We'll be all right.
So Mystic Realms will rent out a campsite, usually a Girl Scout, Boy Scout campsite. We perform our activities during this long weekend event from Friday to Sunday morning, and we participate in this live action role-playing environment.
Tremble in despair, for I am power. Kill Intervital's instinct.
It's so immersive what we do because everyone around you is buying into the story. You just become part of this world, and it's hard to escape that. You are the character while you are there.
We aren't just working to make ourselves feel awesome, we're working to make everyone feel awesome. We want everyone to leave an event feeling like they're the coolest person in the world because of something they have done over that weekend that just made their weekend for them.
Packing.
Yeah,
Lots
basically
of packing.
it's just about like making sure you have your costume together, making sure you have camping things, a sleeping bag, depending on where you're gonna sleep. Make sure you have gas in your car so you can drive there because it's in the middle of the woods, things like that.
All of the stuff that I bring is a way to make sure that I'm comfortable in the woods and I don't gross out my fellow players.
Hygiene, people, really. Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant.
If I'm getting really into the moment with someone, I really don't want to smell what they had for breakfast 3 days ago. Of course, the most important thing you have to bring, because you're in the woods, is bug spray.
Yeah, if it's summertime, it's very important to drink lots of water and bug spray. It's wintertime.
Don't drink bug spray though.
No matter what, socks are probably one of your most important things to bring to an event. Because you never know, you might step in a mud pile, or it might be a torrential downpour.
A lot of people tell me I overpack, but you know what? It saved my ass a few times, and it saved a lot of my friends' asses a few times, because a lot of times they'll forget, oh, I don't have an extra pair of pants, I don't have an extra shirt, it's 20 degrees out.
Another important thing you want to bring is you want to bring a blanket. You want to be comfortable. You want to get as much sleep as possible within those 3 hours that you're resting.
I want you to take Sharpie, write name, anything across the face of card. Make your card. Anything at all. Picture, credit card number, anything.
You just want my credit card number.
I try.
Hi, my name is Josh Berstecker. I'm the head magician at Adventureland Magic in the Voorhees Town Center. I'm going to be going to my first Mystic Realms event this weekend. Tonight, what we're going to be doing is going out to the store. I'm going to be picking up a few things to get started. I've already got my weapon done, but now I need to put together some spell packets.
It's my first spell packet. It's so pudgy.
We got a few questionable articles of clothing, to say the least. Things should get pretty interesting.
This is the registration house. We're gonna get all set up.
First name?
Josh. Get all my skill set. They'll give me a little player card. It represents me. Something to start out with. And I believe I have 4 body and 3 mana. So if you hit me for 4, you know I'm dead.
Don't be so grumpy now. Come out and play.
I was the meat shield, but I was okay with that. I kind of, my philosophy was like, I wanted to learn, and I learned a lot better, like, on my feet. I was really excited about the combat system, and it was simple. I didn't know what I was doing, so to be told, like, there's a thing, kill it. That was a really simple directive, and I dove right in.
3 fire! Don't look like you're having too much fun now.
So they brought us out. We were on this adventure, and this new monster we came across were giant mushrooms. I'm not kidding you. Giant mushrooms. And we would go to kill them, but they had these little spores they would fling at you. And if you got hit with a spore, it turned you. It basically made you a mushroom and zombie. And you would turn on your guildsmen.
Fail finish 2. Fail finish 3. Fail finish 4. Fail finish 5. All right.
Not feeling too good.
Hear this creature on this planet. Dead. Infect.
Lavinia is awesome. Literally, I don't think Godric could exist otherwise, because he dies a lot and she heals a lot, so, it works.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. I'm a professional. I will save you. Wake up. Wake up or I'll punch you in the throat. Wake up. You're okay. Wake up. Congratulations, it's a boy.
You don't really know your character at first. You think you do. You sit there and you plot out the details and you're like, Godric's from so-and-so and he does such and such. But then you're like, you get there and you're like, now how do I apply these details? How do I make it make sense in the world of Evermore? Anything you ever imagined your character imagined is nothing compared to like really being out there, and you got the scent of the woods and it's cold at night and the moon is shining through the trees. Like, you're really in the thick of things.
We just have to keep pressing him here. Stop the warlord if we can. Incoming!
I was 17 years old, an angsty teenager that didn't really do anything. And my friend, who was a senior when I was a freshman, contacted me and she's like, hey, I'm doing this thing like medieval times. It's all weekend. You want to come with me? And I'm like, sweet, we'll go. We'll eat chicken with our fingers. We'll watch some guys on horses. So we're there at the Game On speech, and there's this one guy with yellow contacts, and he's going on about this harpoon spear thing, and he's talking about the mother matron, and he has elf ears on, and I'm like, this isn't medieval times.
I had seen a video on the internet of the lightning bolt guy where he's in the kilt and he's going lightning bolt, and it's about LARPing, and I thought it was the funniest thing I had ever seen in the world. And I was telling my friend, his name is James, and James pulled me aside and said, I actually LARP and it's not like that. And I thought he was completely kidding because he couldn't possibly LARP. He was not a nerd. So he convinces me to go to his next LARP event at Mystic Realms, and it turned out to be the greatest hobby that anyone has ever thought of. It's the best of theater and the best of gaming.
My best friend went to his first event and he came back and he could not stop talking about it. He said, oh my God, I was this warrior, I was fighting, and there was this guy coming up out of nowhere and he killed this giant monster with one hit. I'm like, well, this sounds pretty cool, I really want to get involved with this.
When I was in community college, there was a lot of people that would chill in what they would call the student lounge, the solar lounge, and a lot of them were in the corner and they were making spell packets with birdseed. And my boyfriend at the time was like, oh yeah, I heard about this. This is some LARP thing. They're really into it. It looks like fun. I'm going to go. You should go with me. And I'm sitting there going, but they're making packets out of birdseed. I don't see the desire to do that. He's like, no, it's like D&D. You go out there in the woods and fight with things. And so eventually I got convinced to go. And I had no costume, and it was like a week before the event. So I got a Chinese shirt, and somebody let me borrow their katana. But that's how I initially got involved, was just people talking about it in the student center. And it kind of expanded my friend base, and now I kind of have friends all over New Jersey from it.
It's so funny because when I first started going, I was talking to Tony, the guy who made the whole game, and he said that there were people who used to come who didn't come anymore. And I said, well, why did they stop coming? And he said, because life gets in the way. You go to college and you go to another state, or you have a kid, you get married, and you just can't LARP anymore. And at the time, that was incomprehensible to me. Why would you not want to make time in your life for something as wonderful as living in this fabulous adventure?
Shared world, yeah.
It's very strange saying that you spent half of your life playing in an alternate reality. I
I don't hate myself for that, and I think it actually makes me a better person. I sit there and I really strongly think about the things that have affected me as a human being, and I look at this and I realize how many strong friendships and bonds I've gotten from doing this for as long as I have. And I can't tell you how many jobs I've had where, like, you know, within months I'm management just because I'm so used to being able to take care of a situation, which is what I learned to do here.
Yeah, the first time I went to Mystic Realms, I was really nervous because it honestly does sound a little bizarre when you first hear about it and you don't see it for yourself. So I put on my costume and I went with my friend. I thought I was going to be clinging to him the whole weekend, but everyone was so nice and, oh, hi, what's your name? And just made me really comfortable. So I was like, oh, I'm good.
Well, for me, it really got me out of my shell. I was really, really quiet. You can ask these guys. You know, going into LARPing, I had to become more outspoken about it, especially since I play a very loud and angry gypsy woman.
If Lord Solnus dies before the gate, would you try to raise him up? Of course I would! I'd raise up a god! You will leave now! No, I will stand with you, my brother! You will leave now! No, I will defend it!
You spend your entire time in character. You are the heroes of this world. You're always interacting with a lot of different people, and you have to learn how to interact and how to be social. And honestly, it's a godsend for a lot of very shy, geeky people like myself.
Before Mystic Realms, I never left the house. I would leave the house maybe once or twice a month to go shopping with my dad. The reason I stayed home all the time was because I didn't really have any friends, I didn't have anyone I knew, and I had really bad anxiety issues with meeting new people.
There was a lot of areas in his life where he wasn't taking care of himself, and through your organization, he realized that he was worth being taken care of. They didn't care if he didn't fit in with other people. They allowed him to make his own place to fit. You know, and I saw this change come across him, and it was just unbelievable to watch.
It's really hard to explain exactly how it felt to start going out more and doing things. It was amazing and but scary at the same time. And actually having friends has really helped me overcome that fear of meeting new people, because I found people that aren't mean to me, that do like me. I didn't even know what I was missing until I joined Mystic Realms. Now I had a group of friends for the first time in my life that cared about me.
I get choked up when I think about it. He got involved with the LARP and it changed his life. He became somebody else entirely.
There's a lot of sort of like a redemption story thing, because they're all evil basically, and he's not. So that was sort of the theme there.
My whole life has changed since I started with Mystic Realms. I mean, there is very little that's the same as it was back then. Everything's better in just about every way. I have a job, I've lost 200 pounds, I got my license, I have a car now. I felt like there was a point to trying to make my life better for myself, to try to live life instead of just wasting away like I was doing.
We could choose to sit at home and play World of Warcraft on the computer. We could choose to sit around a table and roll dice. But there's something a little bit different about a Mystic Realms player that's not enough. They want to have the opportunity to actually live that.
You who slain this woman in your hatred and greed will now fall before her in her vengeance. You will die!
My name is Alexandre Kukal, and my dad is the creator of Mystic Realms. I think his characters are cool because he wears all these great costumes and acts like a different person. One's all like caveman and crazy and furry and stuff.
I am Grendel, Ranger of Guildhall. I have come seeking the challenge of honor combat. My people believe that if we defeat someone and if we eat them, we will gain their strength and become even stronger. Yes! It is the law of nature that the strong should survive and the weak should perish. Every place I go, I have to kill things. My life is constant war, and I love it. Turn around, Ned! Turn around! Ah! Ah! Now, you've got to understand that this Grendel, he's just a character that we play. I'm not naturally warlike. I hate beating things down and picking on people. That's completely the opposite of what I am. The character's crazy and yelling and screaming and running around, but I'm still a performer, and I'm watching to make sure everybody else around me is having a good time, because I wouldn't want to scare a younger player with all my Grendel shenanigans, because they might think I'm like that. So I'm watching that person to make sure they're not afraid and make sure that they're enjoying the combat. Thank you for letting me use your weapon. It is serving me well.
You're welcome.
Ah, they have destroyed both my weapon and my shield. But this will get me back into the battle.
Yes.
Watch as I smash down this ant. I love seeing people come out here and use what I created to have fun, to make friends, establish relationships. But I think the most important thing I really admire about these people coming out here is the things that they learn. We see so many young kids coming out and then actually gaining confidence in real life because they realize that if my character's a hero here, I can be a hero out there in the real world.
I play a cavalier, which gives orders to armies, and that's something that I don't really do. Get confrontational and give orders, and all of a sudden I was at the front lines of a battle shouting directions to people, and people were following my orders, and it was an amazing feeling.
Excellent! Excellent!
Going down! Fatal finish 1, fatal finish 2, fatal finish 3, fatal finish 4, fatal finish 5!
Oh!
Help you head it. Dismember it.
Oh, there's another one. Come on!
My first battle, I was terrified, and I was trying to remember all these rules for safe combat. And within a very short period of time, I was on the ground, and I got the idea in my head that after 10 seconds, I would be dead. So I began to count while my fellow players are also fighting around me. And as I say it louder and louder, bleeding 7, bleeding 8, I figure that they really don't care about me at all, and I'm just going to die there, unloved. I got to bleeding 10, and then I let out a hideous scream of pain, and everyone stopped. They thought that I was seriously hurt. And when I explained that I thought I was dead after 10 seconds, they went, "Oh, no, you get a lot more than that. Keep bleeding."
Break, 3 generics, double, 6, dragging, strength of 5.
Arrow 2!
Someone put down a healing tap. Kill cut, kill shot, knockout, deflect.
In every live-action role-playing system, you need to represent the world around the characters. The Mystic Realms system does so much more than just decide combat. What we do is we create an entire world to allow a player to so totally immerse themselves in their role.
Rub the blood of my enemies.
Heat blast, 3 heat.
Ice blast, 3 ice.
To cast a spell, you have to say a 9-syllable verbal, which are words of invocation.
By the powers of death and darkness.
Then you have to shout the name of the spell, prayer, or power.
Wither.
And if it hits the target, you would say the effect.
Cold blast, 1 cold.
Yes.
Got it.
The game is a touch-based system, but what that means is if my sword just touches you, you take a damage, and you're supposed to role play out being hit.
Kill cut!
And then if it hits, you shout the effect. So something like limb cut.
Limb cut!
Limb cut simply means your arm has been cut severely enough that it will no longer function until it has received medical attention.
So you're gonna reset your bone.
A person has a certain amount of body. Every time they take damage, that body is lowered. When they get to 0, they become incapacitated. And then if they take more damage, you're dying, you're bleeding to death.
Bleeding 59. Bleeding 60.
The good thing about dying in our game is that they have these healer type characters who know all of this lore to help you get better.
So this creature with this power now. Heal 6 or gain 6.
Those rituals are
really decisively important, starting with the one that puts down a healing tap, which means that they can actually get back the energy, the mana that they use to cast the healing spell.
Grant this power back to us now, to rise back up, to continue to fight to defend this realm that you helped to turn back into this age of war to wrest away from death.
The goal of a restoration ritual is to bring someone back to life. But the important part of the restoration ritual is not the end, it's the roleplay that happens during it.
Rise, Sam! Rise, Varuna! Bring life back to these two!
Nice flatlining.
Rise again, Keela. You have done good.
I now pronounce this ritual of restoration to be complete!
The goal of Mystic Realms is to make the rules, mechanics, invisible. The majority of your awareness, the majority of your brain is your character.
If you're going to not only create a character on paper, but then you're going to go out and you're going to buy or build the costume, and if you're actually going to become that character, there's a sense of boldness that goes into putting that on, going out, having people look at you, see you, and then enacting those things. And there's something noble about that.
In our society, there are many forms of accepted and healthy ways of expressing ourselves. We do it through art, we do it through music, and live action role play is just another one of those forms of dramatic arts. The difference is that typically in our society, we're in the audience. We are somewhat separated from the drama, and in live action role play, we actually get to be a participant. And there's a different connection to emotion than being a part of something that's bigger than us.
One wonderful thing about acting, whether it's on stage or LARPing, is that these individuals are committed to what they're doing. And they research a great deal of what they're doing. It's not like it's, I just want to be a knight today, and they go out and grab a paper sword and they go to town. Not at all.
I was a little lost, my first time going. That's kind of how it is for everybody. Like, it's a big game, but I was totally in my element. That was something that I always had wanted to do. And so when I finally got there and I had my outfit, because I already had the outfit, because that's just who I am, I was just so happy to be there, to be able to actually, be that person. Sir Krieger is a knight from a place called Holt. The land's very militaristic because they were constantly being attacked, but eventually he just decided that senseless fighting it was just unfulfilling for him. So he split off and he made his own order of knights called the Knights of the White Cross. They're basically a group of paladins. He made that order so he could basically just do what's right. One of their main tenets is called safeguard the helpless. They're the classic good guys.
In high school was actually when I made a bunch of different types of friends, and that's when I really got into geek culture. All my nerd buddies, they showed me Lord of the Rings. They're like, oh, I think you might really like this. And I don't know what it was about that just fantasy realm, but I love it so much. It just makes me so happy whenever I watch all those different races and creatures and everything. So I chose an elf ranger.
I kind of just thought elves were always so cool, and I just view them as just such awesome heroes, and in The Hobbit, all the elves are so cool, shooting their arrows and running quickly through the woods. Aiming one, aiming two, out, one.
My PC character, his name is Caden Amaranth. He is a deep elf rogue. I'm a bit of a pessimist. The glass is always half empty for me, but for Caden, it's just, the glass is decimated, water's everywhere, it's just a living, breathing storm cloud, essentially.
No! No! Don't you stick your sword in front of me!
And it's kind of fun to play that because it's not who I am.
I play a few different characters, and each one is essentially a different aspect of myself. When I want to be the hero, I play my cavalier. He's a sword in one hand, shield in the other. I'm up at the front of the battle. Come on, guys, follow me. Another character of mine is a healer, and it's really satisfying playing someone that can heal somebody or bring them back to life. And then when I don't want things to be so super serious, I play another character who's just a ton of fun. He's basically a savage who's trying to live among civilized people. He kind of appeals to my id, my base instincts, but serving a higher purpose.
Lavinia is my gypsy druid. She is a master of her trade. She's my very first character. I made her back in October of 2004. When I first made Lavinia, she didn't talk. She made no noise whatsoever. And she just kind of came into her own.
You face that way. You face that way. You face that way. I face this way. Ready? We are unstoppable force.
I live in an adventure book. I pretend to be somebody else. I get to live and be the hero of my own story.
Every character that I play, I try to make it different from myself so that I get a chance to inhabit someone else's world. When you take on a new persona, you're seeing through new eyes. As a ranger, I'm very aware of my surroundings. I look into the woods. I check behind things. I get to experience life completely differently.
I had the pleasure of playing Matron Gaia, who was a master druid, and she had a very, very tragic plotline.
Darling, no, please don't leave me. No, you can't leave me alone with him, please.
I really like having villains who could be heroes in other circumstances, or heroes who might just be villains trying to do the right thing. I love that complexity because I think it more accurately mirrors life. It helps us understand more. It helps us develop empathy for others, like any good story.
I have 3 characters at the moment. I have an alchemist named Dieter who is out to become a doctor.
Oh, I am the best surgeon in all of Evermore.
I have Griffith who is a wizard.
One energy!
And then my last character is Mortimer Dingus.
This is my inhaler. I can't throw that. I need that inhaler.
Mortimer Dingus is my accountant in the end of the world, who is completely oblivious to the world ending.
What? Oh no! I missed him completely, and now I don't have anything.
I actually do like playing a more comical character more often because there's more to lose yourself in. When you're a character that's just you, it's nothing exciting, it's nothing new. But when you get into a character that it can be comical, you really get to show off and be ridiculous.
Oh no! My TPS reports cell phone 1! Oh god, it's coming after me! Oh god, it's big! Look at that thing! What is that thing? What is that thing? What is that thing?
When I first went to Realms, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to a LARP before. This was my very first LARP. And the more I played, the more I just got immersed and started learning about the world and what was around me. I have one character at Mystic Realms. She is my pride and joy. She's my baby. And that's Duria.
My name is Doria Evelyn Helsing, and I'm 6 years old, and I don't quite know where I'm from. All I can remember really is being taken off to some place, and I wasn't allowed to see where it was, and I was locked in an attic by my nanny, and she didn't let me leave the attic at all. So what I did is I was smart, and I saw there was a window, and I climbed up the window with Aiden, and I went down the vines, and I escaped, and I never looked back.
I think Duria's backstory, more than anything, probably plays on loneliness. I feel like her being locked away in an attic is kind of like a metaphor for my loneliness and how I tend to kind of isolate myself. Duria's definitely different in that she's my more femme side. And in reality, I'm actually more masculine, and I consider myself to be non-binary, meaning that I don't identify as either male or female. Being able to, kind of go back and forth between playing that character and being myself actually gives me a lot more confidence to be myself because, I can be like, hey, when I want to, this is what I can do. This book is Mary Poppins, and it's about a lady who's quite magical. She slid up a staircase, and I don't know about you, but I can't slide up staircases. I do like stories about magic and magical beings and magical creatures, especially unicorns, because it's kind of my thing. books take you places that you can't always go in real life. I mean, we could travel all over the world and see many places, but there's some places that are only in books.
When I was younger, I read a lot of fantasy books, and the heroes were always doing amazing things. A wizard stuck in this chamber, drawing a circle of protection around himself. And I thought, you know, wouldn't it be really cool if I could create a way for other people to experience what these characters are doing in the books?
As a storyteller and an actor, I find that very exciting. Like, the medium of a live role-playing game from the point of view of a writer is a fantastic place to tell stories.
I remember one time I just said, you know what, I think I want to write. I said it a little too loud while we were waiting in line for food. We found that there's a blue ball of energy falling above Lundell.
We were just talking about this.
Yes, we were.
Now the pages told us about this. Possibly a messenger coming to bring us all together. I did a bunch of storylines. The angel one was something special to me because I was trying to turn art into pain. Basically what I did was, my father, about 5 years ago, passed away from cancer. So when I designed the angel storyline, to me, I looked at the menagerie. It's a database we have which shows all the monsters in the database. And, I saw angels. So I was like, I think of my father in heaven. So I went ahead and created a storyline based that the god of Taurus. He fell in love with a mortal woman, and they had children, 5 children.
My friend Phil came to me about a storyline he was writing about these angels, and then he told me that he wanted me to play the main character, which was the Angel of Death. I wanted to approach death with a more benevolent personality rather than going for this malignant force that people are so used to seeing.
I will not be just an instrument of death. Healing touch 2. Regain life.
I learned in watching other storylines and watching other movies, the best way to do it, you want to feel something for the villain, is by showing more about them, showing the more human side of them. They went into a vision, and Kifo was able to mentally let them go inside his mind and see the vision of his mother passing.
On her deathbed, she pleaded with Kifo, saying that you're not just an instrument of death, you are also an instrument of mercy. Please be my angel of mercy.
I want my last moments to be one of love, surrounded by my children. Please.
Kifo, don't do it.
And that is when Kifo took his mother's own life.
From ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. Be free, sweet caretaker. Compel exodus.
You bastard! You could have spared her! Heed my words, brother. You will either be with your family or those who destroyed it! I like to go above and beyond. I like to make sure there's a lot of action for the people that love to fight. And I love making sure there's enough role play for the people who just like nothing more than role play. I've had people tell me, oh, you're running an event? I'm going. That just feels awesome. So I know that I was taught right and I do something right. And that just feels great.
Everyone ready? Yep. All right. Safe bloodshed.
One of the things I've always wanted to do for our members was to give them an opportunity to perform, to showcase their talents to the public. So we said, let's have a Renaissance fair. But then we said, no, there's a lot of Renaissance fairs. Let's do something a little different. Let's have a fantasy fair, something for the younger children. And all of our members come out and support this amazing show that we do. We've combined entertainment with education. Our members play all these fantasy characters and they can teach the children about this folklore, about this history. They bring it all to life.
My name is Sir Lancelot du Lac, and I've never met my match in lance or duel.
My favorite part of the fantasy fair is the maypole dance. Kids come together, they get their ribbons, they dance around the pole, weaving in and out, the parents are laughing, the music's playing. It's just the awesome experience.
And we're done! Woo!
One of the things Mystic Realms does a lot is to go to game conventions. They're usually held at schools or in hotels.
Like, that stuff is really cool.
Mystic Realms is here at KatoriCon in Gloucester, New Jersey, and we are running a Danger Room scenario, which gives the con-goers a chance to go and experience a mini Mystic Realms LARP adventure. The whole adventure takes place in one classroom. We've decorated up, we've moved the desks aside, we've hung tarps and dungeon walls on everything, and we're going to bring a number of scenarios alive for the convention goers.
So basically, according to the guy, we're going on a fantasy adventure where we're soldiers defending this place called the Valley of Rainbows, which has this city that's entirely made out of crystals from this necromancer and his army of skeletons.
3, 2, 1.
Soldiers, was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
I'm scared.
There's a lot of things about an event that you just can't communicate in a hallway at a community college. The best way to get people interested is to show your excitement, to have fun and make friends and go.
Fire one! Fire in the hall!
We are participating in the Toms River Pirate Festival. This is an annual festival. It's held at a church. It's a fundraiser. And we're helping out by performing, doing some storytelling, some singing, and then we're also hopefully looking for some more people who might be interested in joining our troupe.
I'm the Kraken! It's got me! Oh no! Hi, Anthony!
We're friends with the New Jersey Renaissance Festival. We have a tent like what we have here. We have full-blown adventures that we take people out on.
We went out there going to defend the land. I wanted to avoid fighting at all costs. The first time it worked, second time it did not.
Oh! Sorry, my lord. Oh.
It was really great.
Hi! Welcome to Pumpkin Fair. We're here at the Blackwood Pumpkin Festival, having a great time, saying hello to people, letting them take our photographs. It's a great day. Weather's perfect.
I am so happy I'm Puss in Boots!
Well, I am at Wheaton Arts, and we are enjoying Halloween. Kids get to trick or treat, they get to do it in the daytime, and we get to have a great time, giving them memories they'll always remember.
And what you're gonna do is slide it like this, and move your arms like this.
These paws are not made for opening tiny little wrappers. Someone else is going to have to open it for me.
This shed is one of the many Mystic Realms prop storage sheds. We got your general costumes, some of our giant monsters. Up in this corner, we have a lot of our guns. Now, physical representations are very important to Mystic Realms. There are some LARPs out there that'll be like, I have a gun in my hand. But in Mystic Realms, we like to say, I have a gun in my hand. These boxes contain all sorts of stuff. This particular box contains one of my favorite costumes. It is the Servantor. The way it fits a person, it obscures all of their humanity. So it's really easy for players to suspend their disbelief when they see it coming. It comes floating in through the smoke, into the black lights, and you can almost hear the collective gasp of the players, like, wow. Actually, it's more like, oh, shit. One of the giant monsters that's in here is the Snakehead. The nice thing about this snake is it's a three-dimensional model. So if I was operating this particular creature, I would wear all black. Even my face would be blacked out, while the rest of the cast members will support the body. Look at that. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know how to pick this up. And I'll put it back. Whenever I walk into this shed, I see all kinds of different events, all kinds of moments. Like the giant ant queen, I was playing Grendel and I had to fight the thing, and it was my bolt that was one of the last bolts to bring the thing down. And we had the giant fish, which you can't see anything more of it, just its skeletal structures over there.
Going down.
Fish! Fish! Fish!
All of the props here really have a lot of memories attached to them. I could look around and see all those magical, memorable moments of live-action role-playing that I think were only possible because of these props.
Arrow, 2 damage. Keep them here.
So at every battle, we have glorious combat. But how we're able to do it month after month after month is that we use safe weapons. They're called buffer weapons. They are made out of pipe insulation, PVC pipe, and soft foam for a crush tip.
There's a lot of other props you'll see out on a battlefield. You've got spell packets, arrows, bows, throwing weapons. Right now we're just focusing on the sword. It's got all the critical components that most of the weapons have. We're going to get down to it. We're going to show you the way we make our safe weapons.
First measure, cut the PVC pipe, tape the ends. So we're going to have the pommel, which is 3 inches. You're going to cut out a cross guard at whatever length you like. So now the next step is to get your spray adhesive and go outside, spray the PVC pipe, and then slide the pipe insulation down really quick before the spray adhesive dries. So we have our open cell foam, and we are going to cut a crush tip. Attach your beautiful crush tip to the end of your sword. Tape the blade with silver duct tape. Cover the cross guard, the pommel, and the grip. And now it's time for my absolutely favorite part, which is to get your push pin and make sure the crush tip actually crushes. There we are. And that is a completed buffer weapon. So when you're at an event and you're playing your character, I know some things can seem a little odd or unrealistic, and you look at this and you're like, this is not a sword. I have had many moments at an event where the lines between reality and the world we create were blurred to a point to where I had real steel, and my life and the lives of the ones around me were threatened.
There is this elusive experience that every live action role player looks for. It's that moment where their suspension of disbelief becomes so strong that they really feel like they've become that character. It's that magical moment when things really seem like they're real.
Rose!
I give you your life, but if I ever see you again, I will take it.
I like to kind of walk back and forth behind the front line of the fighting and look at spots where like the enemy's pushing really hard and go and help that spot, help push him back. There's nothing cooler than that moment when somebody's like, they have that thought like, oh, I'm about to die because something's like attacking them. And then all of a sudden the shield just comes in front of them out of nowhere.
I had a moment when it was right before the midday battle, and I was Maria with my entire face painted, definitely not prepared for the rain. We started talking about what was going to happen, and I fell into character, and it really was an end-of-the-world scenario, and all of a sudden the rain stopped being important, and we just charged out there to fight the battle, and I really didn't care how I felt or how I looked. I had a moment in the middle of the battle, and I realized I was worried about the rain.
Several years ago, I went out on a module, and there were these bears. And we took care of them all, but we wanted to fight more bears. So I stood and I put my hands on my hips and I start going, here, bears, here's stupid bears. And all of the NPCs repopped as bears.
5 pairs over sleep poison. 5 pairs over sleep poison. Fatal finish 1, fatal finish 2, fatal finish 3, fatal finish 4, fatal finish 5.
I want one! I want one!
Fatal
It's
finish
mine!
1,
No!
fatal finish 2, fatal finish 3, fatal finish 4,
No!
fatal finish 5.
No, I wanted it! No.
So what a repop is, after your basic monster gets killed, they still want a little bit of a fight. And because we're behind the scenes people, I'll get killed as my first rat, I'll put my mask up and I'll hold my claws up, and I'll go where they can't see me at all. And I'll put my mask down, pull my claws out, and then we'll go again.
Sometimes if you're staying on the camp, creatures or NPCs, creatures will come out and then they'll kind of like knock on your cabin a little bit and be like, come out, huh? And you're like, you can fight them. There are multiple adventures that happen, and they're all running at the same time. And it's cool because after you get back from that adventure, you can talk about it. You can talk about, like, oh, I held back all these wolves, or, oh man, someone rescued me from all these wolves, or I healed a lot of people because someone died fighting wolves. There's more monsters than wolves, but you know what I mean. It's all an adventure.
This woman comes up to me and she's like, my children are missing. I need you to help me find them. And I'm like, really? You want me to help you? She's like, yes, come on, grab your sword. We're gonna go find them. And she's got this lantern and we're going on these trails and all of a sudden these wolves descend on us. And in one part of my mind, I was comprehending that these were people in wolf costumes. But the rest of my brain was telling me, oh no, oh gosh, they're wolves. They're real wolves, I'm gonna die. They're real wolves, I'm gonna die.
When you see a person in a mask, you might just see a person in a mask until they start acting. It's really important to bring out each of those characters that you're playing. If you're a rat, you gotta act like a rat to really make the world alive.
How do you roleplay a rat? Well, you got the rat costume, you got your tabard, your rat mask. I like to hunch over because I don't think rats would be standing up straight. And, you know, you're just generally walking around squeaking. Squeak, 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 squeak. You can get some action shots, be like, squeak, 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 squeak. Right now, we've set everything up. We've gone through what we need to do with our characters and our roles. And all we gotta do now is wait for Mike to get back with some NPCs, and we're gonna entertain the crap out of them. Now the fun begins.
We're gonna go out again, give him a good fight.
One villain, no sweat, two villains, better yet, 3 villains, Time to fight.
So Mystic Realms is played in a lot of different worlds. The reason why we call it Mystic Realms is because these realms are all magical worlds.
At Mystic Realms, there are a number of different worlds that have different themes to them. For example, Glory of Guildhall is our high fantasy realm.
Everybody at the bridge, on me!
Apocalypse is a post-apocalyptic Earth realm.
Look out for the landmine! Behind you, son! Yeah!
Supers is our superhero realm. Horrors is a very different kind of Mystic Realms experience because it is what we would call a parlor LARP, in that it is in someone's house, it's not in the middle of the woods. You don't necessarily know what you are up against, and it is really, really, really scary to be there.
I think that my favorite genre in the Mystic Realm system is Aberrant Earth, the horrors. They're generally set in the 1920s or 1930s, which I really like that type of setting. It's a little darker, it's not so heroic. But I also really like the fact that you're just your regular person. You're just a mundane person. There's nothing special. You're not a hero. You don't have any special abilities. It's our regular world, except your nightmares are real. At one horrors event called Dreadful Dreams, I played Dr. Gottlieb, who was an expert on dream therapy. I had invited a select group of people to a dinner party at my home. It started ordinarily enough, The guests arrived.
Good evening and welcome to Miss Gottlieb's house. Sir, would you like me to take your coat?
Yes, please.
We introduced ourselves.
Doctor, I'm Cora Carlisle
Oh, yes,
from
of
Los Angeles,
course you are.
California.
I've heard of you. Had a splendid dinner.
Will not have me. No, please do not spill blood on me.
I lectured on dream therapy.
Well, I have found the image of a house to be a wonderful metaphor for understanding the dreamer's mind.
And conducted a dream world experiment. And that's when things went very wrong.
You can never help James!
We were trapped in the dream realm at the mercy of Kai Ching, a dream architect with the power to change our reality by manipulating dreams.
Are you insane yet, Doctor?
I'm mad, but not insane mad!
To escape, we had to fend off attacks. Face our worst fears.
It's gonna take all of us! I don't want to be here! I just want to go home!
Dispel Kai Ching's power.
We need to focus on those positive things, the happy things in our lives.
And solve a puzzle to open the door.
It's this way. This is the bottom.
All to get back to the real world.
Yes, we've opened the door.
Keep going.
Everybody get out.
I love the horror LARP events because they're so visceral, they're so intense, they're so passionate and emotion-provoking.
Come on, wake up. I need you.
I think she's coming too. She's coming too.
A lot of your role-playing is about exploring different aspects of the human condition. Everybody knows what it's like to be afraid. Everyone wants to conquer those fears. To do a horror LARP event correctly, it takes a fine line, kind of a dance of putting the pressure on and taking the pressure off. I've turned the house into a nightmare that they have to go through, crawling up the steps to the superego, fumbling through the dark, nightmarish id in the basement. As a cast member, I'm very focused on the pacing. The first part of the event is the meet and greet. As a butler, I have to be all solid and proper and have a lot of decorum and poise. As Kai Ching, I'm feral, animalistic, vicious. And then as a constable, I just kind of come in to wrap things up. Come along, man. It's time to go to the nut house.
He's still there.
Doctor,
now that he's not in your dreams.
Please, let us
But
go
now
to
that
the
he's been in
British
your
Embassy.
dreams, you'll go back into your dreams. No one is safe. No one's safe. Don't you see?
I have some constables out in the
We
dark
think that
for
we're
you.
safe, but we're not
Come,
safe.
doctor.
The blood, he's gonna get into your dreams. Don't you understand? No one's safe again. No one's safe again. They'll get into our dreams. We're not safe. Hurt him, not me. You're not helping. You're completely useless.
I love LARP because there's just so many different aspects to it. Like first of all, there's magic. So when you really get into LARP and you see people doing that, it's just amazing.
You take the big one, I'll take the little one.
All right. And two, and me three.
The first weekend they came back, Zach was just glowing, and it took a week to unelf him. All he talked about was LARP, 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 which of course got Tiana all excited about it.
Well, walking in, I honestly felt like I was gonna puke because I was so nervous. But as soon as I got there, I was kind of questioning why I was nervous because everybody was just so nice to me and they were all inviting me in. With my parents LARPing, I know that they're doing it for us and definitely not for them just because they want to go, rather than just saying, yeah, no, we don't want to do that. You can just sit and play in your rooms.
In this situation, they're driving the bus. They want to be there. They want to be involved. And for us to have characters that allow us to be one step back and allow them to be the stars seems to work out really well.
Do you want some macaroni? No. Do you want some chicken? You want macaroni, okay.
Well, I have two daughters named Antonina and Giovanna.
They are the loves of my life. They're so precious to me, words can't describe it. My children are very much involved with Mystic Realms and with me LARPing.
High five. Great. High five. Yeah, jump up and do it. Ready? Anthony. All right, Nina. Nina the wizard.
That's what I said.
There's many children nowadays who get cell phones at 12 years old, and there's a lot of negative images out there in the media. And I feel keeping something healthy like this, you know, it may be weird to culture, but it's safe, it's fun. They get outside, they get fresh air, they meet new people, they interact. It's a good social experience for them.
Oh, you got him. Good job. I have a 3-year-old daughter. She's wonderful. She's hilarious. She comes to some events with us. She absolutely loves it. There was one point when we were getting attacked by giant ants a couple months ago, and she was there, and she stood on the ramp with someone just yelling, "Go daddy, kill the bugs, go daddy, kill the bugs," and she was having a blast. Like, it was just the best thing ever for her.
There's a bad guy, Kaylin.
Where?
Over there. Casey's getting him.
Everyone! Save Casey!
I think if kids found out about this and realized how cool it actually is to be there, it's just so much fun just to go out, play in the woods.
Tremble, old ones grow, tar comes. These are ogres and goblins from the mist. They've come out of the mist. There's gotta be 30 of them out here. Grab your axes, grab your spears. Time for war is drawing near. Tremble, old ones grow, tar comes.
Tear down the walls! The horde comes! The horde over the wall!
We typically have plot lines that extend over many events. That way, the players get really invested in the stories, and then they can't wait to see what happens next. I was involved in one plot where I played the foreman of a mine. The only way down was a rickety old mine cart, which we all had to push to get it moving.
Push! Get in! Get in! Get in!
We hopped in, and then it raced out of control.
What's that? Right gun!
We were attacked by giant bats.
The unconscious man!
Rock walls flew by.
And what's that? Watch your head.
And we were in constant danger of being thrown out.
All right.
Finally, we reached the bottom.
Help us, please!
We found the workers trapped under a rock fall, but there was more to it.
Help me before it comes back! Are you all right, sir? Sir, there were 5 of you! Where are the other 2?
It took him. It took him. Every night, it comes back and takes someone. It's coming back. We have stories that build from month to month. The Grizhnak is a perfect example. They went into a mine and found a little bit about the Grizhnak. The next month, they found out more and what was going on, how it's affecting the world. And finally, they get to the point where the Grizhnak is out and they have to fight all of them and solve the problem, building to this climactic climb up this mountain.
There we go. I walk up, it does.
That better be the one that takes me.
Bullet 1!
So here we are at our apocalypse-themed event. This world is totally different than the Glory of Guildhall game setting. The player characters, they're survivors. They're trying to eke out their existence in the world devoid of all civilization.
Sometimes it's one enemy at a time, surrounded by enemies. Now, we don't so much have the law anymore because those constructs have broken down, but we can start with order, and then we can really recapture the American spirit like we once knew, democracy and peace and freedom.
Boulevard! Oh yeah, you're America!
For the Apocalypse realm, my character is Facelift McGee, and Facelift is an American hero.
I'm Facelift McGee. I'm an American hero. I defend America. I know all the values of Americans, you know? You just gotta look at the history, gotta look at the books. So basically, here's the history. There is the Earth, and then America appeared, then a dinosaur with Ronald Reagan riding on top of it. He was controlling the dinosaur because it was a robot, like me.
Everything Facelift McGee says is incorrect, and I very intentionally make it that way. America is non-existent in this world, and it's just the aftermath of America. So everyone in the Apocalypse realm is insane. That's what I try to highlight. I try to highlight the insanity of this realm and how everyone in this world is they've just all lost it, and Facelift McGee is definitely a product of that.
I destroy all enemies of the Mectron factory.
Before the collapse of civilization, everybody had a robot or two, but when things went south, these robots kind of rebelled against us. They had their own sentience, an aggressive stance towards humanity, and they think that they can control this world better than we did. So tonight, we're going to be going out to destroy a Mectron manufacturing facility. I gotta get suited up. I don't want those family jewels to get irradiated. Put this on.
Now your whole body's covered. It's hot as hell in here, and you're ready to go out into the zone.
You have to slide the door.
Bullet 2.
Now, Dr. Move.
Bullet!
Bullet 2.
Bullet! Double bluff. Double bluff. Bullet. 3, 2, 1. Detonation! Double gas for me!
Strength of 2.
The biggest thing that I can take away from Mystic Realms live action roleplay, it's the family that I have made. The players have such a passion for what they do, and I am so honored to be a part of their family.
Mystic Realms is one big family. We all take care of each other, we help each other out. I've never felt more accepted in a community that's so diverse within itself. Meeting my friends like this has made me into a better person.
You know, it builds relationships, it makes marriages, and it makes, you know, friendships as well. If it wasn't for, if it wasn't for Mystic Realms, I would not have met Phil, who is without a doubt one of my best friends. And we do so much together, and he's not just a wonderful friend to me, he's also a great uncle to my kids.
Mystic Realms really helped me because I find that once you get out of school, it's very hard to make friends. You're not seeing the same people every day, you know, you're not going to classes, you're not in clubs necessarily. People who in their regular everyday lives struggle for acceptance want a place to go where they can really be themselves in that environment.
You know, I think from the start, our dream has always been to create an immersive environment where people can come to us on the weekends, and instead of being embarrassed by their imagination, they can be celebrated for their imagination.
I think that Realms has helped me a lot because it's helped me develop a lot of these interpersonal skills that
I don't think I'd ever have developed if I didn't go. And I might even seem a little awkward now, but you know what? It.
I sometimes get that moment where I stand there and go, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to go running in the woods when there's a blizzard or when there's torrential downpours? Do I really want to subjugate myself to this? And ultimately, the answer is actually yes.
It's still, you know, it's still in my heart. Mystic Realms it's in my blood, so it'll always be there.
Ready?
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not?
You got 2 more!
Let us die young or let us live forever.
No hands, you're cheating! Hold your water. There you go, flowers.
Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, we're getting in tune. The music's played by the madman. Forever young, I want to be forever young. Do you really want to live forever? Forever,
One day I'll pull the sword from the stone.
2 apple, take 1.
Level up till I make it on my own.
Hi, Mom! This is what I do on my days off.
Oh, see, it doesn't even fit my head.
Your birthday is May 4th.
No.
What is it?
It makes me happier than it should.
Oh! Oh, that was my head.
There's a different level of connection to emotion and feeling that we don't get when we're in the audience.
What'd you say?
Good? Better? That's what you wanted?
Yeah.
Yay!
My life is an RPG.
9 apple, take 21.
Oh! Yeah, that's getting filmed. Wonderful.
One more time.
It's my hat. It's my hat.
8 apple, take 4 mark. Yeah! You have no idea how exciting that was.
My job as the producer is to make sure the event is running properly, make sure there's no downtime, make sure that doesn't happen.
7 apple, take 1, mark.
Well, thank you guys so much for helping me. I was hiding. I was in the woods scared. So scared. My pleasure.
Are we done? Oh, now you're done.
Every decision you make every day. What the did I say?
And there's an airplane! I'm having too much fun. Ooh, I get to do a thing. 5, 6, 7, okay.
10 apple, take 5! 10 apple, take 5! Oh, beat it down! Yeah, Grundle loves that sound!
Fatal finish 1, fatal finish 2, fatal finish 3, fatal finish 4, fatal finish 5.
I have a dream where I save the world. is an RPG.